Hey guys, it's Bob Ferngren and I'm back with another 8-minute video on network marketing, and this series is all about social media. You know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Parler, Clout Hub, Web. Legitimate ones. The one you want to get rid of right now is TikTok. I am 100% convinced the Chinese Communist Party is gathering our data. We wiped out our TikToks a while ago. Real shame, really cool platform, but I'm sure an American company will figure that out. And these are timeless videos, so you might not even know what TikTok is when you watch this down the road sometime. Okay, so that's where we're all at. That's where our eyes are. I mean, look. If you live in New York City and it's real busy, and I hope it is, look what's happening. People are walking with their eyes down. They're looking at their smartphone, right? If you go to a theme park, and I live in Orlando, so we go to theme parks, right? What are people doing? Oh, they're looking at their smartphone. If you sneak around the office and peek in everybody's cubicle, you know they're supposed to be working. But unless their company has a very, very strict policy, their smartphone is open and they're on social media. Now, here's the game. The game is all eyes on you. All eyes on you. And what does that mean? Well, let me tell you the story of Bill. Bill joined our organization about 3 months ago. Bill came here because he had a real need for our products and, you know, got on the products and all, but he was also told about the opportunity. And it just so happens that Bill has a great mentor who's also sold out that social media is the way in this new age to do business. Not, again, I've told you this before. You can talk to people face to face and it's better. You can get them on the phone and it's better. It's just, how are you going to do that, you know? Whereas people are all over social media. So Bill's mentor says, look, there's a series of things you really need to do. You don't want to be spammy. You don't want to have the name of the company you signed up with in your profile. You don't want to be pukey or manipulative. What you want to do is put out lots of great content mixed in with a little bit about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and where you're going. Bill goes, well, I haven't really been on social media, Facebook. I haven't really done it. That doesn't really matter, right? Doesn't really matter. Just start working the process. And the process is a whole lot of positivity mixed in with a little bit of information about what you're doing, where you're going, and why you're doing it. That's it. Bill starts pumping it out, pumping it out, pumping it out, pumping it out. Now, Bill is currently now 3 months in our business. He's one of the fastest growing producers in our entire organization, a guy who had no social media presence. I think if we went back 3 months ago, Bill would even say, I can't believe this is happening. Well, here's the truth of the truth. Every one of you sees people winning on social media, and almost every one of you think there's some kind of a shortcut, meaning I'll just I'll put my website up there and I'll just constantly be pushing my products or constantly be pushing my services and constantly be pushing my opportunity. And actually what you're doing is pushing people away. You're not drawing them in. And drawing them in isn't really all that difficult. Do you know you don't even have to really, outside of your own story and your experience, you don't have to have any original content. You can go and copy paste other people's articles, other people's videos, other people's quotes. There's tons and tons and tons of great quotes out there. And you can do all of that because here's the deal, okay? Your social media public platforms are chum in the water. Chum is what fishermen put out out into the water to begin to attract fish. Right? And particularly that's used when you're going for, bigger trophy-sized fish or sharks or something like that. Just start dumping out this stuff, right? And so any fish out there, in smelling distance, tend to start swarming around. And so that's step number one, right? It's tons of great content unrelated to your products and services, mixed in with a little bit of stuff about what you're doing, where you're going, and why you're doing it. Why only a little bit of stuff? What if I did a lot more? You'll turn people off. In previous videos, I've shared with you that you really want to be like a reality TV show. And the TV show is called You. You, meaning it's your life. And so you're putting out like the things you're doing in your regular life. You're putting out the things you're doing with your kids. You're putting out, driving to work. You're putting out whatever. Well, I don't really like my job. Well, I got a whole nother training on that. But let's say that your goal in network marketing is to replace your current income in your job. So you're in a car right now, right? And you're driving and you're in traffic. I gotta be honest with you. I'd be posting that. Do you know how many millions and millions and millions of people are in traffic? Right? Now, I'm not telling you millions and millions of people are gonna start following you or friending you. I'm just telling you that's very relatable. Here I go again. Here I go again. Meaning, I'm in my car heading to my job and the countdown's on. The countdown is on, meaning one day you're not going to be in that job. Oh, you mean you just turned a negative into a positive? You just turned a negative into a positive. Maybe you're having to work 2 and 3 and maybe even more jobs out there hustling and you never see your family. And so you just kind of post that you're doing landscaping on the weekends. You have a full-time job. I'm doing this now, but I figured out a way so that I don't have to do this in the future. There's people out there hustling, needing things to work for them. And so now you're relatable, right? You got content out there, good stuff, always positive, guys. You got to stay positive. You will turn people off or you'll attract negative people. Anybody need any more negative people in their life? I sure don't. So getting back to Bill, I get challenged to go take a look at his Facebook wall. And I went, this dude's like, he's got it. He's got it. And here I am looking at positive content, unrelated to our business. Positive content, boom. There's a live video where he's talking about why he's doing what he's doing. So he's got all eyes on him, right? So I go, okay, well, this guy can't be all that perfect. So I go up and look at his profile. Doesn't say a thing about the company. He doesn't work for the company. If you're an independent distributor or whatever your company calls you, you're not an employee of that company. I have no idea, what that does, but you're not an employee of that company. So there's nothing in there. It just says who he is. He's a dad and he's a husband and he loves helping people. I don't know specifically. His profile picture continues to get updated and made prettier. His cover page is very, very attractive. And he tells the story of his life and the positivity of his life. And I already shared this with you. He's one of the rising stars in our ranks. Well, now, was there anything I just told you that Bill's doing that you can't do? No. Now I'm going to get back to messaging and further videos, but I just want to do that little commercial for Bill and for you. Hey, let's go.